In this video, I'm going to show you how to get a really cool layered color look, all using chalk paint. Are you ready? Let's do this. I'm going to show you today how to do one of my favorite painting techniques. It's something I call color washing, and it's been a really popular tutorial over the last few years, and I still love it. But one thing I haven't done it with is chalk paint. So we're going to do it with chalk paint today. It's going to be a little bit different. The effect that it gives is a really neat layered color look. So you can do this with the same color of paint and adjust it, making it darker as you go. Or in this case today, we're going to pick 3 different colors of paint that kind of coordinate and complement each other to give this piece more than just one solid color, but really layer the colors, make it stand out in certain places and give it a little bit of depth and dimension. Let's get to the fun stuff here. I'm gonna put everything aside. I've got a squirt bottle. It just is a mister bottle with some water and a brush, and let's have some fun. So we're working on this really cool buffet. What I've done so far, I gave it 1 coat of peacock, and it's this really bright teal color. Now this peacock is completely dry. I did this first coat last night. There's only 1 coat of paint on here, so you can still see the wood through, and that's fine. We're just gonna build on the look that we've got. I'm giving it an all over mist of water, just so I've got an even layer. We're not soaking the piece, but it's just got a even layer of water. And then I'm just gonna grab a little bit of paint on my brush. The second layer we're gonna do is palmetto, and it is a green, really pretty green color. So we'll give it a little bit of depth with the green. Now you'll see immediately you can add as much or as little as you like, depending on the look that you're going for. And when you first put it down, it's a little scary. Like, oh, I got all the paint in one spot. Just keep moving it. That's what the water is helping us with. It allows us just to move it around. It also helps settle the paint and blend it so we're not getting streaky brush strokes. Get it just about the way you like it. Pretty even. There's a few places where there's a little more green, a little less green, and that's fine. And then just let it dry. So it'll take a little bit longer to dry just because of all the water we put on there, but there's really not that much paint. So we're gonna just work in sections here, moving on a little at a time. All right, our first layer is dry, so now we're gonna do the second layer, and this one is in the navy is what I'm going to use. It's a really dark, pretty navy blue. We're gonna do it the exact same way. This time the blue is gonna show up quite a bit more, so move it around again until you get the look that you like. If you get too much in one area, you can use a paper towel to wipe it back. You can also use a little bit more water to spray through it. We want to do some distressing at this point. And like I say, it's a lot easier right now than letting it all dry and come back tomorrow or something like that. So a couple ways you can do it. Sometimes it's going to naturally happen with your brush. As your brush dries, there's enough friction happening between the paint and a dry brush, it's going to wear off the paint in some places. So just be aware that that's gonna occur naturally across your piece. I think it looks really authentic when that happens. If we want it to come off in a few other places, I'm gonna grab a paper towel here and let's just rub it off. And I'm not applying hardly any pressure whatsoever. This is just a dry paper towel and it will just rub off that paint. And you can do that wherever you'd like. And then you'll see some places it doesn't really want to come off, and that's okay. And you can be a little bit more aggressive and take it off right where you want it. Once this is dry and fully cured, in a couple weeks, this will not happen. Once the paint has fully cured completely, it's not like this is going to be a more chippy piece or anything like that. But right now, like I say, while the paint's still wet, it hasn't cured, and then we're adding water and making it more malleable, it's going to be able to come off just like that. These legs were in really nice condition, so they have been cleaned, and I just wanted to shine them up. I'm going to use Dixie Belle's new hemp oil. This is going to soak into the wood, give it some luster, seal it up, and hydrate it all at the same time. It's really, really easy to apply. It's not smelly. It dries quickly. This is going to be great. So I just got an old t-shirt, just a little bit of rag, and I'm gonna squeeze some oil on here. And we are just gonna buff it in to the legs. I might grab a chip brush at some point to kind of get into some of the details. Since this is kind of a detailed piece, I just want to put on a pretty good layer of it, and then I'm going to let it dry a couple of hours probably. I'll come back then with a clean rag and just buff out, get any excess oil that didn't absorb and is just sitting on the top, and kind of buff it out. You can add multiple layers of hemp oil if you would like, if you want to increase the sheen of it or give extra protection. I think I'm only gonna do one on this. I'm not looking for crazy shine here. I just wanted to revive the wood a little bit. This piece is finished and I love how it came out. I think this finish looks like water to me. It reminds me just very serene, and I love all the layers that come together. And you can see how easy it is to do. This is a foolproof method to get a really cool layered color look. So I am so excited about this. This piece just needs some knobs, and I may do a top coat, especially on the top. Maybe just a quick coat of clear coat, or maybe a little bit of wax, but I'm just gonna keep it clear, really not adding anything else to it, and that will just protect it from any dust. The legs here are just going to dry a little bit longer, and then I'll buff those out. But otherwise, our piece is finished. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspires you to try this finish on the next piece of furniture you paint. We will see you next time. Don't forget to check out my website, rootsandwingsfurniture.com, for more painting tips and tricks and DIY. Also, subscribe to this channel so that you won't miss a thing. Click the button below.